Well, hello. Howdy, everybody. How's everyone doing today on this fine Wednesday? See lots of people up in the chat, which is pretty dang awesome. I appreciate y'all being here. Didn't want to take forever getting started today. We're just going to be talking about stuff today. I'm not going to really be doing anything hands-on because I didn't have time to prepare. But that don't mean I ain't got stuff to talk about. So, but I do want to shout out people that are already here. Mr. Victor RC Jets is here today. Thank you for being here, Victor. You could be anywhere else. Usually you're at club meetings and other stuff, but today you are here, so thank you very much for being here. What is up with you? Mr. Shadow Ops, he's here. The actual drone operator. What's up with you? We don't need to know about you being in the shower, but thank you for being here. Mr. Andy Cho from Down Under. What's up, Andy? How are you? Thank you for being here. And our favorite music lover, Mr. Slapnuts, loves the rainbow music. That's pretty funny. I just put up what's free. I don't give a damn. But thanks for enjoying the music, Mr. Slapnuts, Mr. Spencer. Glad to see you on here. Who else is here? Mr. Matthew Sr., what is up with you? Howdy. I don't know if I've seen you here before, but I do appreciate you being here, and thank you for hanging out and stay involved in the chat if you can. It'll be great. Mr. Randy Living Good, howdy. Who else is here? We got lots of people in here today. Mr. JCP67. Check out that F86. Looks pretty good. What's up with you? Thank you for being here. Who else do we have? We got Wild Bill. Man, you freaked me out with that video the other day. I watched the video and I saw your hair was all trimmed and all cut back. And holy crap, you look like a different person. What's up with you, Wild Bill? Couldn't get on couldn't get on there the other day, but I will be back. What's up with you? Thank you for being here. Who else is here? We got Paul McNeil. What is up with you? Howdy, howdy. Thank you for being here. I don't think I've seen you here in a while, but thanks for being back. Who else? Mr. Big Chris. What's up with you? I see a big train there as your avatar. What's up with you? Howdy, howdy. So, we'll get there, Shadow. Don't worry. Like I said, I got problems. But yeah, we got something else here to do. Something else. If you guys saw the picture for the live, that's a pretty big hint as to what's going on. But let's see what else. Who else is here? I just want to make sure to shout out everybody before I get started, and I'll still shout people out as they show up. Mr. Donston Henry, what's up with you? I was just doing a video today, a couple shorts on that FMS. I don't know if you have the FMS, but I was doing video on the FMS Avanti. So that is cool to see in your avatar. So Matthew Senior, cool. Thanks for being here. I saw that you are a new subscriber as well, so thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And if the more you chat, the sooner you get a wrench. So let's see what else is going on here. Oops, I didn't make that repeat. So let's go to that. Let's do the other one. So what else? Let's see who else is here. Lionel Randall, what is up with you? Thank you for being here. You're always here. Very much appreciated. All right, Shadow. I will get started here in a little bit, but thanks for being here. Anyway, so yeah, we are. I'm still in a lot of other things going on mode. There's been a lot with work and the family, but RC is still going. It's just happening in the background a little. So, Donson Henry, yeah, that's cool. The original one that I had was red. So I think that you might have had the V2, which is really cool. But the V1, I didn't realize how fast that thing was. D crowns. I don't know what D crowns. Nothing, Paul McNeil. Absolutely nothing. It's been dead. As far as I know, there's been exercises, other happenings going on in the world too. But no, absolutely nothing. Everything's other places. We had some F-35s fly over really high, but nothing close. So yeah. So I'm still buying stuff. I still have things that I want to get. Now, here's the deal. So those of you that were watching, oh, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about that thing up there on the top. Okay. I don't know what that is. Okay. So anyway, I was going through some of my videos, and there's some planes that I've had in the past that I've wanted back, and I didn't get a chance to get them. So I wanted to buy a new airframe for the old Hobby King MiG-17, which is actually a global aerophone airplane, but they did their own version of it in that cow color. That's what I call it. It's supposed to be like an Arctic camel, but it looks like a cow, flying cow. And I like the plane. I just didn't like the paint, and it had started getting in the way for when it comes to transport. So I sold it, and I kind of regretted it because I'm like, that plane flew so awesome. It was very unique, very different, and it was a lot of fun. So I put it on my list of one that I must get back. Banana Hobby ended up taking over a lot of those things that Hobby King had been selling, and they had different colors. So they had the blue one, they had the blue and white, red and white. Then they had the Randy Ball scheme. That's the one that I wanted. And then they had the red one. Well, the Randy Ball scheme is the one that I wanted, but they never did get that back. Or if they did get it back, I didn't get it in time. So they narcissistic rating. What the hell are you going on about? That's I think it's this thing on. Oh, so it's what is it? This top fans thing? Yeah, it keeps showing numbers and ranking and all that. I don't even know what it is, but it's fun. People get interactive, and then people just start typing. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's kind of funny, but that's pretty funny. I'm gonna put it up there because that's funny. The narcissistic rating, how much you can just sit there and look at yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I know I've seen it on other places where people just type to see how many points they can get ranked up. Shadow Ops is number 2. Looks like who's number 1? Matthew Senior's number 1. But we're gonna. That's pretty funny. All right, so I'm adding wrenches as I see people, but Spencer, that is pretty funny. So that plane is one that I've always missed. And then I was looking through Banana Hobby's site the other day because I had plans for it. I had plans for the plane. I was looking through Banana Hobby's site. I had the other one on reminder to tell me when it showed up, and it never did. So I think they might have just run out or never got them back. But so I went and looked through their site, which is what I'm doing right now, so I can send you a link. And what do you know? They had the ARF Plus on sale for a fairly decent price. Hobby King had the best price of anyone. The fully ready to go plane was $299, which is just a freaking bargain for a 90 mil jet, regardless of what powertrain's in there, regardless of whatever. They did a damn good job. So it was freaking, I mean, $299 for a 90 millimeter jet that's scale and flies amazing. That was just a freaking killer deal. But I have all the parts that I need. I don't need anything other than the airframe and the servos. So I ended up buying what I just posted in the link there from Banana Hobby because they had it on sale for $369, which is good. It's not as good as what it had been in the past because I think that maybe Hobby King might have been selling it for a loss. Who knows? But $369 is a good deal. I was going to buy it at $439, but I'm like, ooh, no, $369, that's a good deal. Even if it's not the exact color that I wanted, I'm going to do it anyway because I had one back in the days. It was a 50 millimeter, but it was also a MiG 15, not 17. So 17 is a little different. I like the looks of the 17 better than the 15. So what's up, Just Bashing It? Thank you for stopping by. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. If you haven't seen it, click the link that I just dropped in the chat and go take a look at it. That's a pretty freaking good deal. And I think they might have another color. I don't totally remember. But for $369, I mean, dang, that was just way too good of a deal. And it's that red color. The picture that I posted, that red's pretty dull because they didn't put any finish on it. But the one that I've seen in person that's red is super, super shiny. So I'm going to put a thick coat of clear over that and make it super shiny when I get it. So the deal with that, and sorry for the bright white, but whenever I have another screen opened up, that's what it is. It illuminates. But I have a setup for it. I should have gotten it up so you guys could see. But I have basically the same fan setup that I used in the same fan setup that comes stock in the E-Flight. The E-Flight Viper and the new FMS Scorpion. RC Pilot, well, you're not that late. We just got started, and I'm just going to be rambling today anyway, so you're not really missing anything. But I do appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming by to say howdy and stay as long as you can. I know it's late over there, but yeah, and for sure, and it's going to have it because I'm going to put the same fan. So the deal with this plane is it's got a small battery compartment and it's very susceptible to being tail heavy. So I have to be careful with what motors I put in there, because if I put the big 40 millimeter motor in there like this, it's going to be way too tail heavy and it's not going to work. So I'm going to take the motor. What I put in the one that I had before was the Freewing 9-blade. Freewing 9-blade with the 36 millimeter motor, and that was actually a pretty good setup. The 9-blade's not that great because it's basically like an on-off switch, so it doesn't give you all the mid-range that you'd like. So with this 12-blade, the 36 millimeter is not as efficient as some of the others, but it's still really good. So I'm going to use that because its part throttle is really good. So Lionel Randall says, I have the red Mix 17. It's awesome as long as you use a heavy pack. There you go. And shove it all the way forward. There you go. That's exactly it. So the one that I have, when I had the stock fan, yes, I did shove the battery forward, but you have to do the tippy test. So if you can put it on its tail and it sits there and then slowly goes back, or it put it on its tail and it slowly goes back on its nose wheel, that means it's the perfect CG. With the bigger battery, you have to with the bigger fan, bigger motor, because the 12-blade that comes with it is low kV and it's really light, but it uses quite a bit of amps considering how light it is. So once you get that 12-blade in there, I use the 9-blade. The 9-blade is really good, so I'm sure that 12-blade is going to be even better. But I couldn't I tried putting one of these in with a 40 mil motor, and it was way too heavy. I couldn't get it to balance without putting a gigantic pack in the front, which kind of defeats the purpose. So, and yeah, 12-blade's way better. So the 12-blade that is in the Viper is super efficient. It's not great for full throttle all the time, but it is really good part throttle. I got like on the Viper jet, I'm able to get what with the older setup, because now it's 8S, but with the older setup I could get sometimes upwards of 11 minutes flight time if I'm just goofing off, shooting touch and goes, staying out of full throttle, just flying around, but just hanging out, just flying around. So who else? Mr. Craig Bevan, he just showed up. What's up, Craig? How you doing? Holding a MiG-21 that I wish I could get back. I always say that when I see your picture. What's up, Craig? Thanks for being here. So that is set to be here either tomorrow or Friday. It's shipping from here in California, so chances are it could be here a day early. So we shall see. So yeah, a 90 Mix 17. It's got a Freewing power system in it. I got it. Do you have the 9-blade or the 12-blade? Either one's going to be good, but the 9-blade is what I had, and it was significantly better than stock. More efficient, was a lot faster. Didn't have quite as much vertical, but it was fast. So pretty good for what it was. Curious. So who else is anybody? I think I've talked to all these people, and yes, just Bastion. As just Bastion said, smash the likes. That helps the algorithm and helps people find this goofball Gooniac. I haven't been doing nearly as much posting as I have been, but I will be posting lots of short videos, not actual shorts. But anyway, so there are a couple things. I'm gonna just turn off the camera here for a second, but I'm gonna keep talking. There are a couple things that I have here that are not planned, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Mike might go out, so hold on just a second. So I had, you guys know I've been kind of diversifying and mixing things up a little bit. So, but I'm still sticking to planes because planes are my favorite. But I'm trying to branch out a little bit just to make it so that I don't have to always pack to go fly. It's actually cool to be able to just throw some stuff in your car. It's always there and always ready to go. And planes aren't good for that. You can do that with cars and boats, stuff like that. So this is interesting. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work. That ain't gonna work. Okay, but oops, I got some stuff. Ordered some things from Fair RC for the car stuff that I'm doing, and what I ordered may not work. These tires are too small, but that just means I need to find something that they will fit. So I have to do that later. Got some nose cones for my what's this for? Oh, nose cone for my F18. I was going to talk about that too, because that's something that I've been missing. Tail cone for my new Scorpion. And then I got some lights to try out for this new little truck that I got. This is stuff that I'm actually going to be able to make on my own here. But since this already has the switch built in and that stuff there, I'm going to work with that. And then the most important part of getting an RC vehicle of any kind, airplane, helicopter, drone, car, I hate saying drone, but you know what I mean. Most important part, batteries. So, oh, hey, check that out. That's just bashing it in urban legends favorite, the world's most powerful Deans. Check out them Deans plugs right there, y'all. Deans. We got Deans. That's the biggest, baddest, bestest of the best right there. Anyway, so this little car that I got, 2S 1050. So there's one battery. This batteries are important. And this thing, basically, if I charge 3 batteries, I'll be able to drive over an hour. No issue. So there's one battery, and there is 2 extra batteries. So that's 3 total. So I'll be able to drive easily into the hour range with this little thing. But yeah, so got a couple things from there. What's the name? Fair RC is really fast about their shipping, so I got them pretty quickly. Let me catch up on the chat here, since I see people in here. Make sure to interact with my peoples. So, got to see that. Oh, hey, Randy, living good. Thanks for being here. Any amount of time you spend here is cool, and I much appreciate it that you're here. And don't forget to come up with those ideas for show content, because I can still try to share what it is that I know in this big old fat head of mine. I got a lot of info on this RC stuff still to this day. Jono, what is up? You're saying hi to Victor, and I'm saying howdy to you. What is happening? Mr. J-Man RC, what's up with you, buddy? Thanks for being here. Who else? That's right. The most powerful connector on the planet. Wrong one. But yeah, I'm kidding. As I've said in the past, though, there is a connector that's made that you can buy from Buddy RC and from Hobby King that is an offshoot of the Deans. It's made with a different material, a much stronger material, and they are rated for up to 80 amps each instead of 60. And I pushed them over 100 with no issue. So there are Deans that can be powerful, but it's not the actual Deans. The actual Deans ain't that good. The funny thing is, we have fire stuff, fire light, emergency lights at work that use Deans. It's kind of funny. They use actual Dean plugs on the big emergency batteries. They're not real big, but they're like 17 amp hour batteries, and they just have Dean's plugs right there from the battery to the light. So kind of funny. What else? Let's see here. What else is going on? So, cool. Thanks to all these other people. J-Man, thank you for being here. I think you came from the other channel, so much appreciated that you were here with us, just yammering today about some RC stuff. So that's one of the things I was talking about were planes that I used to have that I loved. And one of those planes that I used to have was the FMS 70mm F18. I basically wore out the one that I had. None of the original servos ever burned out. They just started getting weird, but they all worked. And that plane I bought it in 2017 and I got rid of it last year. So that plane lasts a long time. And so I ordered a new one, and I got it on sale for cheaper than what I bought the original one for. It was on sale for $229. I'm glad I bought it because within seconds of me buying it, they're out of stock. So, J-Man, let's see where J-Man is. J-Man, you are here, and I am going to give you a wrench because you're chatting it up in the stream, which is good. Thank you. And as I've said in the past, since we've gotten to the amount of subscribers that we are right now, I hadn't been, I've been kind of lackadaisical on the channel for a while, but we were able to get to over 3,000 subs finally, and it's still creeping up. So that's a big achievement, and it's all because of you guys passing it on. Gooniac is here, and you guys coming back and supporting the channel, so very much appreciated. And all of those of you that are in the chat and communicating with everyone, you guys will get a wrench because that will put you in a special giveaway when it comes up. Everybody will be able to participate in the giveaway, but I'm going to make special giveaways for different levels of support in the channel. People that are having a wrench will have a certain thing, have a certain giveaway thing for them. People that have a membership, they'll get certain things, and then regular people get other stuff too. But I'm going to make sure that the people that are actually supporting the channel get stuff that they need. But I see lots of stuff going on here in the chat, which is cool. Mr. Angelo, miss flying with you, bro. It's been a long time. What is up with you? What's up, man? I just need to get out and fly with you. Hopefully someplace where it's not crazy hot. It's been perfect here. Only downside is lots of wind. So who else is in here that I missed? I saw lots of people talking, which is great. Who else? RC, Mr. Michael Bear, what is up with you? That is the only thing cool that I've seen fly over since we've had very little, very, very, very little stuff fly over. We've had some very cool jets fly over, private jets that also 3-engine plane. I can't remember what it's calling. It's totally skipping my mind right now. But those have flown over. A few of those have flown over, which has been cool. That's probably the only cool thing that's flown over in the last couple of months, because everything is either somewhere else or just not here. So what is he talking about? Consistent power. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, it took a while to get there, but now we're steadily moving up towards the next. And thanks for the kind words, Mr. Fred Barron. Very much appreciated. And yes, Will posted that video. That was pretty cool. I think it was the what's that called? The Viper. What I forget the name of the brand of the Viper, but it's a balsa Viper. So I had, and I think I said this a while ago, I was slipping a little bit. I said this on Urban Legends page. I wasn't paying attention to my notifications because, talking about the Trinity. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, and like I said, I think I said this on Just Bastion's channel, Trinity packs have always been good. I think the ones that were kind of bad were the original blue labels, but even those weren't bad. You could still get some decent packs at decent flights. The best bang for the buck have been the heavy duty, Trinity heavy duty. Yes, they're heavy packs, but they actually are pretty good. I have to try these new bolt packs, and there's some other budget packs I got to try too, but I will try it. So let's see. Lionel Randall saying something else. I have a request. Live in Illinois, and when you do the giveaway, could you start earlier or do it on the weekend? Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to do it on a time when people can be around. I won't do it during the week, but I'll make sure that there's plenty of warnings so people will know that it's coming up. J-Man RC says I haven't gotten into planes yet, but yeah, eventually will someday. Hey, do things at your own pace, and just realize that when you do get into planes and you do get good at it, it's addictive, even more so than the cars. Cars are addicting too, but planes really can get you. So as I was saying, I had been slipping, and I didn't realize that I had stuff in my parcel locker, here at my place. So as of the 12th, I am now the owner of a new Typhon Grom BLX. So we're going to do an impromptu box unboxing. I finally went to my mailbox and got it. So let's see what is in this box. So I'm not going to do the usual with the camera and all that other crap because I was not prepared. This is impromptu. So we're getting, what is this? Saying what this thing is. So let me just read it. It says it's the Arma Typhon Grom small scale 4-wheel drive electric race buggy. 2 to 3S, exhilarating speed, 35 miles an hour on 2S and 50 plus on 3S. This thing is small. And it does 50 miles an hour and it's 4-wheel drive. So, wow. Wow. It's got a 2-year warranty, metal gears, it's waterproof. This is my little card, and there's a video there that will show up with the code. So yeah, that's cool. Yes, J-Man, you are correct. Thank you. So yeah, I know it's surface. Like I said, I'm diversifying, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything now. But check this thing out. This little box fit into my post office box, no issue. But that's the thing that blows me away. 50 miles an hour. What the heck? That's pretty dang cool. So we can't do a full-on unbox like I'd like to. But I'm going to at least open this thing up a little bit so we can see. Because this is too cool. And when I saw the price, this thing was $209. $209. That's it. I mean, $209. $2.09. Yeah, that'd be great. $209 would be awesome. But here, check it out. This little thing. Oh, it's not even strapped down. Look at that. Whee! And pull that off. This part I probably can't do so easily. But this little thing will get up to 50 freaking miles an hour. What the heck, bro? What the heck? That's awesome. So I think these tires, no, they were too small, but 50 miles an hour. I don't know. I can't really comprehend that. And 35 is fast for 2S. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. It's got actual shocks. They feel like they're oil filled, which is cool. They're adjustable. Got that there. So cool. So wasn't expecting this level of coolness, but check it out. So this is definitely cooler than I was expecting, but I can't get over the price for these things. This little thing, the price was only $209.99, and I actually missed the deal because there was a deal for even cheaper. But check that out. So pretty excited about that. This is an RTR, so it's got everything needed to get it going. Let me get the box open the rest of the way. And again, this is just an impromptu. I hadn't planned to even do this. I mean, literally everything is needed in the box. There's a remote. And then there is, oops. Getting all hung up. It even comes with batteries, so you can't, you know, a lot of things back in the days used to say batteries not included. Batteries not included. Well, guess what? Them MRFs are included. It comes with this thing too. So looking forward to this. Pretty cool. So I've got both of them here. I have, this is the serious one. This is the actual full-on hobby grade car, which I'm pretty stoked about. And that's more of a buggy. Then I got this guy, which is a little bit bigger. And this is just 2S. and this is just meant for pretty much just like a bashing type thing. But this one's cool too. So I have two of them now. This is more of a monster truck, which is fine. It's not quite as high as quality. It was only $89.99, so I can't complain. But it is brushless. It is quick. I still have to do a video of it. And then we got this right here, smaller and faster. I mean, I'm just freaking blown away. That's pretty cool. But anyway, that's it. So we're gonna have a little bit of a mix of everything. A little bit of everything here. It's gonna. I don't know if it has a center diff or what. I'll do a video getting more into it a little bit later. But just figured I'd show that since that's the next thing on the agenda, which is pretty dang awesome. I'm very happy about that. And then the plane I was talking about, which was the planes. We've got the MiG 17 coming, which is a big 90. Another 90 is the Scorpion, which I unboxed here. I think I did unbox that here on the channel. Let's see here. Let me catch up on the chat. Then I got the 70 F-16, F-18. I've got a lot of small planes, which is good. I want to mix it up. I don't want to stick to one style. So I'm going to start flying 4 different areas. So let's see here. So I see people trying to get people to click the thumbs up, which is great. I do appreciate when people do that. Hobby Grom for me. So Paul McNeil has one, which is cool. Mr. RC Pilot Will, he said he has a Typhon 6S. It's an amazing basher. Yeah, I don't want to destroy these things, so there will be a minimal bashing. But that stuff is fun to do. Donson Henry did some racing back in the days. I did a little bit of racing with the really small Mini Z, and that was actually pretty fun. Crazy expensive, though. So I could just imagine how much more expensive it is for the slightly bigger cars. I don't have a ton of cars. I have a ton of planes, but not a ton of cars. Crazy fast, these small RCs can go definitely. Yeah, and the cool thing is they're brushless. Back in the days, those things will almost everything was brushed. Urban, what is up with you? What's happening, Ty? How you doing, buddy? And I just showed off the cars. I hope you got to see it. But I got that Grom, baby. I don't know about doing any speed challenges or whatever, but I am going to be doing some more driving, and there will be some videos of me driving. Hat cam makes a lot more sense for surface stuff. So there'll be a little bit of that. Let's see what else. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. No, I don't. So anyway. So yeah, there's going to be some more content of other things. Jeff in Laura, Alabama. What is up with you? How are you? So let's see what's going on here. I use VAR double A's with the T4 Smart Charger. Never had a problem. Very cool. Yes. wait. Against a BAE Hawk. Yeah, that would be fun if you're on a field where you can actually race a plane. I've done that before. We got in trouble for it. There's not supposed to be cars and planes at the same time, but we did it after hours. Ain't nobody saw it, so we was good. Jeff in Laura, Alabama, what is up? How are you? Who else? So there's lots of chatting going on. Thank you guys for being here and being chatty. That's good. I'm curious, do our scale RC model could mimic the flight characters of a full RC plane? I try to do that. I try to. I've seen lots of air shows. I've watched lots of video. I've seen a lot of the planes that I fly in person. So I try to mimic what they do. Try to make it look more realistic. That's just my type of flying. Not everybody does the same thing. But that's what I do. I try to mimic the full scale. The one that's coolest to do that with is the F-104, which I need to get going. So there are a few planes that have broken or that have issues, technical issues that need to be fixed, that I plan on doing some of that work here on screen so you guys can see, to keep things a little bit more exciting. But one of those is my 90mm F-104. That was one of my coolest planes ever. It had issues. The issues were mainly with the original flight gear, because it had that old style rate gyro that was just garbage. And I think it's just because some of the settings were wrong. But when I yanked that thing out and put in some AS3X, the ESC that was in there could not be programmed, and it had the throttle to where it would ramp up slowly, which is terrible for an EDF. So I was coming into land, I hit some sync, and I went to throttle up to get the plane to pick up, and it would not. It went instead of just basically mimicking like what a turbine does, which I don't fly turbines. I want it to be now. So I hit the throttle, nothing happened. The downdraft smacked it into the very tip of the runway. So it ripped off all the gear, ripped off all the doors, ripped out the lights, scuffed up the bottom of the plane. Plane is technically okay. I might need to check and see if some of the I think the servos might need to be changed for the doors. I'll have to change that, but everything else is intact. I did want to change that because it needs a better ESC. The motor that was in there was an outrunner, but it worked really good. I would like to put an in-runner in, but it's a weird plane because it's way at the back, and if you put lots of weight back there, you can't get it to balance. So that is the plan, to eventually get that back together, and I can do it here on the stream. But you got a special spot, you go run your planes, or you get different. So I can explain that again. So most of the flying that I've been doing over the last couple of years has been from runways. So I have had 3 different places that I fly, one of which I won't go back to because I hate the road getting there. But there's actually, if you look on, if you have the flight simulator, it's called SCC MAS, aka Tomcats. If you have the real flight simulator, you can look that one up. But that's one of the places I used to fly. Here and there, they shut down for a while, and then when they did reopen, they had this really crazy long dirt road. I have a sedan with 35 series tires, and I'm not going to drive on the rocky road and put slices all of my tires, so I ain't going back there. But that's one place. Livermore Flying Electrons, I think that might even be on the flight sim as well. But Livermore Flying Electrons is where I fly. They have both there. They just finished putting together their racetrack with a timer, and they had an event last weekend. So I don't know if I'm going to take cars and planes out at the same time, because I want to stick to one thing, and I don't want to race them. I just don't want to drive and bash and have fun, not necessarily even bash, just drive them. Eventually I'll get to racing, but there's that place, and then another one which is even further away. The Livermore Flying Electrons is a little under an hour from me, but it's totally worth it. All-inclusive club, everything you can think of is there. They have lights at night, power at every station. I can get food there. There's a porta potty. I mean, it's just comfortable. So anything that I need and love is going to be at that spot. That's one of the best places. Further away from that is Oakdale, which is about 100 miles from me. I only go out there every now and then, but it's always worth it because it's a really pretty field. It's right by a lake. And hang out with my guys, Ty and Ricky. Long ways away, but totally worth it. And I can fly from morning to night and into the night, which I've done too many times to count. And it just makes it so much more fun. So that's one spot. That's 3 with runways. And then the other spot, which is close, is called Rancho San Antonio, which is just a little simple park. That's fun. And it's a dirt runway, but it's a smooth dirt runway. I can fly some small park flyers there. And I've got planes for all of that now. That's where I'm going to fly my Dynam Cirrus SR22. That's where it's going to fly. I have some other planes to fly there too. And then there's Baylands, which is strictly hand launch. and I have all those hand launch racers from Hobby Team, which is going to be great. I have ME163, which is awesome too. I can fly that down. And then as far as car places, I have parks all around. Livermore Flying Electrons has spots for cars. So yeah, hope that wasn't too long. But yeah, that's what I do there. A little bit of everything. So airplanes use same electronics. Yes, they do. It depends on what you're doing. Cars have a lot more settings for their ESCs. There's a lot more stuff. There's a lot of different ways that the ESCs can work with the brushless motors. Lots of different parameters you can set. But they do work the same, similar. You have programming cards and all that stuff for those two. Range is not the same with airplanes. Since they're up in the air, it gives them a lot more range. Down on the ground, you don't have quite as much range with the cars, but it's still more than enough. As far as you can see, is more than you need. So let's see. And Urban Legend, thank you. Yeah, I started that thing. Believe it or not, nobody likes to, the other people don't like to hear this, but I started Afterburners back in 2010. Started actually getting into work on planes in 2011. Worked on them tirelessly for a long time, and then was finally able to get them to where I could start selling them in about 2018. And slowed down a little bit just because I got tired of it. Over thousands of them sold worldwide, all corners of the world at this point. But and then everybody else decided they wanted to make burners too. So I just, after starting in 2018, last year kind of took a break, but I'm back into it again. I'm making more LED stuff. So the Grom, I think this one came with a receiver that has a gyro in it. I'm not quite sure. So let's see. Answered that. And so as far as the range goes, like I said, on the ground you don't have as much range. So pretty much like line of sight. As soon as you start having a hard time seeing it, if you get a long range system, like Johnson Henry's talking about, it's not a problem. You just need to get lower frequency, multiple antennas, stuff like that. That makes it easier so you can go wherever you need to go. The lower the frequency, the more it penetrates and the further you can go with it. But yeah. So anything else that anybody else wanted to talk about? There's another plane that I forgot. And I don't know if it's going to make it here stateside, but I'd been hearing about it for a couple of years, and they kept getting delayed over and over and over. FMS has a new bird, an older bird that's been redone. They have their 80 millimeter F4 coming out, which is pretty cool. Looks like I've seen it in a couple other countries, but I don't know if they're going to bring it here. It'd be great if they did, but I don't know. Been waiting for it because they said that it was coming. They said that it was coming for the longest, but they didn't actually follow through with it. So it's like what they had from E-Flight. When E-Flight got theirs, they had FMS make it, but they took all the good stuff out and put the cheapest stuff possible. So they had cheapy servos, the older version EDF unit, and then FMS sold a different color scheme, but it had the top of the line servos, top of the line ESC, and top of the line for the time fan. So there you go. But the new one that's out there now, it has all the new stuff, all the newest. So it should be pretty badass. I upgraded mine with what I could have upgraded it with at the time, which worked really good, but the fan kept going out of balance because of the way they made it until they changed the way that they make the fan later on down the road. But with this new stuff, that plane's gonna be awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that might be it for what's new and exciting. I know that there's that other what do they call it, vortex that I was thinking about getting. I changed my mind on that just because I wanted 4-wheel drive. And the other Vortex that I was looking at from Hobby Zone actually went out of stock, and I should have bought it sooner because it was actually a little bigger and actually better deal. But anyway, probably going to get going. It's been a little under an hour, but I like to keep my shows at an hour just because this keeps people interested. Unless I'm working on something, if I'm just yammering, I'll make it about an hour. And I'm yammering today, so let's just stick it at an hour. So Donson Henry, is there a new 90 Freewing coming from Motion? I really don't know. Motion's been doing some different stuff. Freewing has their thing. And they tell Motion what they're going to do. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen there. So it just depends. But I mean, the more stuff that's out there, the better. Freewing would be cool if Freewing came out with some new scale jets, or if they just stick with the sport jets. I don't care. Just having all this different variety of stuff is really good. I'm looking forward to being able to fly the Scorpion with that new setup. That looks like a lot of fun. Should be fun, but the more variety we get, the better. And it just makes it better for the consumer when you've got all these different choices. Because then, next thing you know, everything's cheaper. Because all of a sudden, people aren't buying things, and they want them to buy whatever, and so forth and so on. So, flying a MiG on Real Flight, right? Yeah, that MiG is cool. It's similar to what it is that I got. I have the MiG 17, which is a little different than the 15, but it'll be good. 17 will be cool. So I have videos of the MiG 17. I'm gonna need to post for y'all to see. I'm gonna do some what do you call it? Some more shorts with the MiG 17. I just posted some, and I will get those posted to where you guys can see them there pretty soon. But the MiG 17, that's one of the best flying 90s out there, especially when it comes to being scale. So I'm looking forward to getting that, getting the paint to shine. Now that I know how to protect the planes more so than I have in the past, I'm going to keep everything pretty, keep it all nice and tidy and ready to show off for everybody. So something else too that I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you guys have noticed, resolution's a lot better than it has been because I upgraded my StreamYard to where I'm actually paying for it because I'm tired of having to be doo-doo-y for everybody else. So yes, Big Chris, as far as storage goes, that is one of the best storage systems out there if you don't want to make it yourself. I'm talking about transport. Transporting things is where I have the issue. I had an issue. I don't have it anymore because I got the stuff that I need. But thanks for sharing that link there. That's a good thing. I got sidetracked. But yeah, so I upped my game a little bit on the streaming, so it's a lot clearer than it was. I have up to 1080 now. I think that's part of the problem I was having earlier with the cutting in and out stuff because they wanted to spend a little more money on the plan, which is fine. It's been good. And once I start streaming at the field again, it's going to be a lot better. So time to get things a little bit better. That's pretty much what has been done. So switch up the music, but that's pretty much it for this show. We've got covered quite a few things. Lots of yammering on my part, which is not what I like to do all the time, but sometimes it happens. I haven't been paying for it at all. I was just using the free stuff. But now that they've gotten established, it's like what, $22, something like that. So it's not bad. It's worth it. And It's been pretty good. They've been good to me, and I mean, free for years. I've been doing live streams ever since 2019 and 20. So everything's been free all that time. So I think that it's about time that they get some compensation for their hard work. So yeah, and thank you, Jono. Trying to get things back to the way it used to be, and I will slowly but surely. Had to change up some priorities a little bit because of work and family life, but the RC is always there. Um, so how many likes do we have? I gotta see how many likes we got right now. Did anybody put any likes at all? Y'all adding likes? Oh, there's 17 likes. Oh, cool. Thank you guys. Pretty dang awesome. And I think I've seen up to 21 people in here, which is good. So thank you to all of you for being here. And thank you, Mr. Urban Legend, more Urban Legend for being here, and then regular Urban Legend, and then Just Bashing It. Y'all over on the East Coast. So I know that it's late, and I do appreciate you being here. And I try to support you guys as much as I can because I appreciate what you're doing for the hobby. And anybody that is going to let people know how fun this hobby is and not try to sell people stuff and just do it for fun. That's the way I want to do it. Yes, I do sell some stuff, but I'm not just about selling. I'm about spreading the love with the love of RC, and I'm branching out again to get back to what it is that got me started in RC, which was RC cars. So thank you very much. And yes, I do appreciate it, Mr. Moore, Urban Legend RC. He's the man. Ty, you're a good dude. So that's pretty much it. We are going to have lots more content coming. I have to get back to flying again, which I will once the weather gets a little more normal. But we'll get to more stuff. And thanks to all of you for Central Iowa. Oh, okay. Thanks for saying something from there, Jeff. It's only 11:30. That's late. But I do appreciate y'all being here. And like I said, more RC content coming. Surface stuff is easier to film. So I'm going to do some of that. And then we'll get back to RC planes. But I do appreciate all y'all. And we will be never stopping the RC and getting back to much more flying. I think I might start putting together a, RC Pilot Will, you just posted a video about this plane. But the T7A, that is by far one of my favorite planes that I've ever owned, is that X-Fly T7A. I took out the stock fan and put in a FMS 36 millimeter motor fan, but the gear did something weird at my air show in October of last year. So I've got to pull that gear apart and figure out if I need to buy the whole mechanism or just move some things around. But I'll do that on the show. Maybe I'll do that next week. Pull apart the main landing gear and see if there's a way to fix that servoless retract. So anyway, and thank you for the kind words, RC Pilot Will, and thanks for keep posting all that stuff that you do. And 17 of y'all in the room, 17 likes. If I can get more likes, that'd be great. I don't know what that means. So I don't know what you mean by Paraflyer, but I have lots of different favorite planes. Favorite easy plane to fly would be some of the Dynam birds. Tom the Plane Guy, what's up? Thank you for being here. Park Flyer, okay. And then we'll get going. My favorite park flyer. Favorite park flyer, I think, would probably be, at this point, even though I haven't flown it as much as I want to, is the Turbo Timber Evolution. It's a great plane. Fly anywhere, anytime. Next in line would be the Arrows Bigfoot, which is like a Cessna plane as well. Those are great park flyers. And then small stuff that's easy to fly. The Dynam plane too. So yeah, there are a couple, and I love them all. There's lots of different planes. There's a couple jets that fly like park flyers too. So Yes, Walker would be a good plane. I have a couple older planes that are great for that. I have the Dynam um, Cessna, which I turned into a park flyer. Can fly anywhere off of anything, even in thick, tall grass like this. It'll fly on that, no problem. Uh, so yeah, there's a lot. Keep him talking. I don't want to keep talking, man. I gotta go. It's already 8:33. I'm a minute and an hour and three over, a little over, but. So yeah, there's lots, and just keep your questions, and then for the next show we'll go over it all because I like reading all the chat, and then I with StreamYard you can just throw it on up there like that. But I don't intend to keep on going. The voice is starting to get weird. Got to drink some more water. But thank you guys for being here. That's it for me. I'm done. Peace out. See y'all next time. Keep your eyes open for the short videos and all that other stuff. And like, share, comment, subscribe, all that goodness. So, adios, y'all.